Hello there, and welcome to my channel, Novice Modelling in the Midlife Crisis. This is episode 4 of You Choose My Next Build 5, where we offered a bunch of Jeeps up for you guys to choose which one was built next. And the winner was the Tamiya 35033 British Special Air Service Jeep. And that's how far we've got in a couple of weeks, on and off. So what we've done today, and what we're going to be doing, is we're going to be putting all these parts on. But first I had my first go at putting some of these weathering washes on today. These are from this AK068 DAC weathering set. I mean, obviously this isn't DAC, but you'd assume that the weathering streaking grime washes would be the same for the 8th Army or the SAS. So that's what I did. I also unpacked my AK663 survival weathering brushes set, of which we used one in the trial stage on my old Opel Blitz, and we've been looking at Miggy Menez's Encyclopedia of Armour Modelling Techniques on weathering over the past couple of days to try and get our heads around this. And that's a great book and it's very helpful, but there's a lot of processes there, and literally this is my first go and I just wanted to throw this stuff at that and see what happened. So I suppose I'll kind of run you through what I did with this first. I built this about 20 years ago, maybe even 30 years ago, I can't remember now, when I was made redundant, or maybe when I was about 17. And I thought, well, I'll try some of these washes on whatnot on this and see what happened. So the first one that I used was the filters, high quality fine filters from Modelers. And this is light brown for desert yellow, and we used this brush and we just basically just painted it on, and then attacked it with some cotton wool buds and some of these makeup remover things, and just sort of rubbed it off to try and just see what happened basically. And it gave us some nice sort of tonal variations and what have you. And on this side we used wash for DAC vehicles, which is this one here. I basically just repeated the process and just spread a load of it on, and then just kind of rubbed it and to see what we came out with, and it kind of looks quite nice, I think. And we use streaking grime for DAC vehicles, which is that one, and we applied that one to the roof and the back. But this vehicle was actually green originally, I think, and I think I then changed it into a DAC vehicle or something like that, and it's a bit messy there. And again, we just sort of pasted this on and then had a bit of a rubbing session at it, and it gave me an idea of the sort of tonal variations that you're kind of looking for. Though I kind of didn't like using this brush very much, which is kind of, I think, the recommended type for doing this, because it just seemed a bit big to me. I seemed to get an awful lot of the liquid onto the model. So I resorted to the stack of scrap brushes and just picked out a few dodgy ones, and then set to applying it to the Jeep. Now, I think I went first with the streaking grime because it's very dark, and I did all of the undersurfaces, but because that's been painted in XF84 dark iron, you didn't really see an awful lot of variation. So that was all we used on that one. We then applied the wash for DAC vehicles, AK066, to all of the body surfaces, all of the sort of stowage parts that we've already got glued in place. And we just did the same thing. We just sort of, had a bit of a rub at them. And we also used this sort of stipple brush, which is a Humbrol. And we just sort of scrubbed away at it and kind of ended up with this sort of interesting patina on everything, which is kind of what I was looking for, a sort of dirty, grubby look. I mean, I did think about putting lots of sand onto it, but sand is a grain of sand and it would blow off as these things were going across the desert, so it didn't really seem very logical to be going putting great big splatters of muddy sand in the wheel arches, because that wouldn't look quite right. Didn't seem right to me anyway. So yeah, we put a load of this wash for vehicles and this streak and grime in the under arches as well to give them a really sort of dirty look, and in this area as well. And then we just topped that off with this filters, light brown for desert yellow in patches over it. We also applied this to the weaponry, as the weaponry was seeming to be very sort of bright. So that's been toned down a fair bit. And the tyres as well, which have come out quite dusty, I think. So yeah, I'm quite happy. The wheels, we did the streak and grime on the wheel hubs, and then we put the dust effect onto the tyres and some dust effect onto the wheel hubs as well. So I think they look pretty cool. I mean, I'm just messing around at the end of the day. I'm not saying anyone should follow my lead on this, because I am just a novice. But I just was interested to see what would happen if you just sort of attack these things. So anyway, what we're going to do for the next sort of 5-6 minutes is we're going to start putting the wheels on and some other parts. I'm going to be using the CA UK Black again because, well, I'm just kind of used to using that at the moment. And we'll stick the wheels on, basically, and see how we go. So let's get a bit closer in so as we can all see what's going on. Woo! Panic. And we'll just start sticking some bits on. I did half think about leaving the stowage loose and then being able to sort of reuse it on later builds, but I've decided that I'm too much of a cheapskate. I'm not enough of a cheapskate to do that, and I decided that these are all going to get stuck in place because I've got another 2 of these SAS Jeeps, so I've kind of got plenty of this stowage, and I did use a fair bit of stowage out of my box of 20 to 30-year-old bits as well. So I think this is everything's going to get stuck in here. I'll just let them set for a bit. I'm going to put you on pause for a second. Now we're back again. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting some stowage in with the old CA UK Black again. And I've kind of got a plan for putting this stuff in already. Like I said, I was thinking about loose fitting it, but I've decided against that. As you can see, the floor area is all sort of very dirty in there. This is an whoa, that's an ammunition carton for the Browning machine gun on the front. There is a suggestion to build your own ammo belt for that, but that's a bit beyond my skills at the moment. And I'm going to be putting that just in there. We've got some of these, don't forget these Lewis guns, I can't quite remember now. These are going to go where the steering column is. Sort of in this section here, in between the 2 drivers. Just like that. No. I'm hoping that's not all blurry hands there. Duffel bag was an extra find. I put these the wrong way. I put them the wrong way. I put them the wrong way. That's what it is. I put these in the wrong fucking way. Yeah, I put that one in the wrong way. Oh well, never mind. It's going to go in the back there. And then we're going to put our, can't even see that, that's a beer bottle crate. And everything's falling apart. Everything's just going petonk here. That's going to go in there, like so, because our SAS guys do like a drink. And that will do us for now, I think. So that's how far we've got with it. We've got our wheels on. It's not looking very good. But anyway, you get the idea. So we've got our wheels on. Everything's looking a bit dusty and grimy and out of focus. And we'll be back with the finished article, well, with all the parts in it shortly. And this evening we're going to be painting the figures up, I reckon, because we need something to do this evening. So hopefully tomorrow or the next day we might have this one done. That's the hope anyway. Meet me. So thanks very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe and check out the other videos in this series, and we'll be doing another You Choose My Next build in roughly a week's time, which I think is going to be Polish aircraft, because we're due to do a 172 in this madness. So hope you like it. It's nearly finished, not far off, and we'll be back again shortly. Be seeing you.